the Industrial Revolution, and the rapid industrial and technological advancements of the 18th and 19th centuries were not purely about progress, but were part of a broader effort to suppress knowledge of an ancient global civilization, Tartaria. Throughout history, few names evoke as much intrigue and speculation as the name Tartaria, a lost empire often shrouded in mystery and legend. Tartaria, or the Tartary Empire, is said to have been a vast civilization that spanned parts of Europe, Asia and Siberia, with whispers of advanced architecture, cultural sophistication and an enigmatic disappearance. Tartaria has captured the imagination of curious minds by the million load. Wait to hear this. There's far more to this story than what meets the eye. The Industrial Revolution was characterised by significant advancements in technology, manufacturing and urbanisation. Its roots can be traced to practical developments in agriculture, mechanics and energy sources like coal and steam power. Historians widely attribute this period to human ingenuity and the culmination of centuries of incremental progress. While it's true that industrialisation often led to the destruction of older structures to make way for new infrastructure, this was more about urban expansion and modernisation than a coordinated effort to erase a specific civilization. Historical documentation from this period extensively details technological progress, societal shifts, and the lives of the people involved. But nonetheless, Tartaria does appear in maps. The great Tartarian Empire appears vastly over maps over the entire planet. The exact geographical expanse of Tartaria remains a subject of debate. Historical maps from the 13th to the 19th centuries often depict Great Tartary, stretching from Eurasia and encompassing parts of modern-day Russia, Mongolia, Kazakhstan and beyond. This vast region was once thought to be home to nomadic tribes, but many accounts suggest Tartaria was a unified empire with cultural and technological advancements that rivalled the civilizations of Europe and the Middle East. Modern-day historians generally class the term Tartary as a European construct, a blanket term used by Western mapmakers and scholars, and they use this to describe regions of Central and Northern Asia that they knew little about. Some modern-day theorists propose, however, that Tartaria may have been a cohesive empire, intentionally erased from history, making its boundaries and significance far more elusive. The Mudflood theory, often cited by Tartaria enthusiasts, relies on anomalies in architecture, such as buildings with buried windows or floors below ground level. These architectural features are usually explained by practical factors like changes in city planning, natural sedimentation over time, or deliberate efforts to level streets and raise cities above flood-prone areas. For instance, cities like Paris and Rome have layers of construction due to centuries of development, not a global mudflood. While these features are fascinating, they align with documented urban growth rather than evidence of a hidden or lost civilization. The people of Tartaria are often referred to as the Tartarians or Tatars. They were likely a diverse mix of ethnic groups, likely including Turkic, Mongolic and Slavic peoples. Traditional accounts portray them as nomads, warriors and traders who roamed the steppes. However, alternative histories suggest they were part of a more organised and technologically advanced civilization. In these accounts, Tartarians are depicted as master builders and engineers, creators of sophisticated cities, monumental structures, and advanced societal systems. Whether or not this view is rooted in historical reality, the Tartarian legacy is often tied to innovation, adaptability, and cultural richness. Tartarian architecture has become one of the most intriguing aspects of this mysterious empire. Enthusiasts of Tartarian lore often point to grand structures, cathedrals, palaces, and public buildings as evidence of their architectural genius. Domed structures, towering spires, and ornate facades found in cities like St. Petersburg, Moscow, and Samarkand are sometimes attributed to Tartarian influence. Some people argue that iconic landmarks, such as the Kremlin and even parts of the Forbidden City in Beijing, were remnants of Tartaria's architectural prowess. Some people claim that these buildings reflect a shared style that predated modern nations, and while mainstream historians credit these structures to local or imperial architects, the Tartarian hypothesis raises questions about the true origins of many historical landmarks. The Mudflood is a striking feature attributed to Tartarian architecture. The Mudflood phenomena, some believe that many historical buildings have been buried at lower levels, and this suggests that a catastrophic event led to the partial submergence of Tartarian cities. Proponents of this theory argue that these structures indicate a lost era of construction and urban planning. The fate of Tartaria is perhaps the greatest mystery of all. According to mainstream history, the concept of Tartaria faded as more accurate geographic and cultural knowledge of Asia emerged during the age of exploration. By the 19th century, the term Tartary had all but disappeared from maps, replaced by modern nation states and empires. How weird is that? And for this reason, millions of people now claim that Tartaria was deliberately erased from history. This idea posits that powerful nations sought to suppress knowledge of Tartaria's achievements to promote their own narratives. Proponents of this view argue that the dissolution of the Tartarian Empire was marked by catastrophic events, including wars, natural disasters, and even technological suppression. One of the most persistent theories is that Tartaria, the Tartarian Empire, was defeated in a global conflict and had its history rewritten, had its history erased. The absence of Tartaria in mainstream historical accounts is cited as evidence of this historical reset. Whether or not this theory holds water, it reflects humanity's fascination with forgotten civilizations and their potential impact on our understanding of history. The story of Tartaria, whether fact or fiction, continues to capture imaginations worldwide. Was it a vast and sophisticated empire that history has chosen to forget, or simply a construct born of incomplete knowledge? Maybe the truth lies somewhere in between, hidden in an old map, forgotten architectural marvels, and the echoes of a bygone era. From its mysterious location to the enigmatic Tartarians and their enduring architectural legacy, Tartaria remains an empire of mystery and legend. While much of its history may never be definitively known, the allure of uncovering its secrets ensures that Tartaria will remain a source of fascination for generations to come. One of the central questions about the Tartarian Mudflood theory is why powerful nations would go to such lengths to erase Tartaria. The theory often suggests that the knowledge of an advanced global civilization would undermine the narratives of Western dominance. History is replete with examples of empires and civilizations that were openly acknowledged, even if they conflicted with prevailing worldviews, such as the rediscovery of ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia. There is no compelling evidence that such a deliberate and large-scale suppression effort took place during or after the Industrial Revolution. And while the idea that the Industrial Revolution was a cover story to erase Tartarian history is intriguing and taps into a desire to uncover hidden truths, it lacks a wee bit of evidence and does not align with the broader historical record. Is it really just a coincidence that the Industrial Revolution marked the rise of powerful nations, including colonial empires and industrial magnates, who allegedly sought to control historical narratives and erase evidence of Tartaria's influence?